Hello and welcome back. Now this is shot out of sequence because this is sort of my warning, not warning, it's that old saying about seeing is believing is so very true, and Farm Simulator is definitely like that. Now the grass on this is not real grass. Now most of us will look at it like I have done, and like on Lone Oak, where you see a ploughed state and you think it's ploughed and it really isn't, it's just decoration. You've still got to plough that bit of land. Well, this is the same. The grass fields are not grass fields. No, this is deco foliage in the words of JMGaming. So it looks like proper third stage growth fields. This is exactly the lovely golden lush green that I'm used to seeing, but it's not. Which is why when you mow it, it disappears in a puff of smoke, because literally that is what's happening. It's why if you try to scan a field, because it looks like normal, a proper grass field, it doesn't scan until you do a ploughed state, and then it does. I've done this in the last session, but I'm going to stick this at the beginning of that video as a bit of an explanation for anybody who, if we look on the precision farming tab, you'll only see, if we zoom in, not out, there's only one little bit of green on that bit. That's because we've scanned that area to prove that if you do plough the field where we are now and then scan it, it does indeed take the field state, but it will not work on this because it's deco foliage, so it's not real grass. So long and short is, rip the fields up and put what you like in them, whether you're doing another grass or whether you're going like I am. I'm going to go arable, and I'm going to just rip and have 35 as my grass field, and all 40 and these other two unnumbered ones I'm going to literally do as arable. So I'm going to have 4 arable and 1 grass field. That is more than enough. But yes, I shall probably do grass because the forage will cope with everything except for this one. It will grab the grass, so I'm going to stick on. I've invested in these forage harvesters. I am going to get the most out of them, so I'm going to do this on the grass that's left on this. Also, this is the only field with problems. It is, just as another addendum. I go into a bit more depth and show you how long it would take you to rectify the issues which are at the top end of this particular field, but the other fields are perfectly okay. I've had a Taz around and you will see that in this video. Yeah, literally the only things that are wrong with this. I came to some wrong conclusions in the video before this that I'm going to put after this, so that what you see, the comments that I make, don't poison you against the map. Not that I was scathing, I wasn't. I was very balanced, and I did test, did scientific conclusions, which to me made perfect sense because I wasn't aware of the facts that obviously JMGaming was aware of. The fact that this was not real grass. It may look like it. The eyes can deceive you, and they absolutely did. It looks exactly like, normal grass in every single way, but it isn't real grass. So yes, I'm just trying to do this as by way of a warning, because it doesn't take long for feelings to get, ooh, this map's, ooh, we all do it. I've done it about trailers, and as a content creator, you can carry great weight. Not me personally, I'm too small, but if one of the big names does, like Mr. CLP or Daggerwin, and they start, now they are very careful because they are fully aware that if they say something terrible, that people will listen, and that can put people off even of a map. And this is a great map, it really is. There are no problems other than the fact you need to be aware that the grass on these grass fields isn't real grass. And that's where I'm going to rest this, because the rest of this small few minutes of an episode, which is more by means of a shows you exactly how good all of the fields are. I just literally race across the fields. It literally is about 10-15 minutes long, so it's quite short, and I'm not going to belabor this because this is just going on the front. So yes, please stick around and just listen, because it may in 10 minutes show you any sort of problems and alleviate any anxiety you might have on the maps, or it having problems if you go on it without seeing any advice beforehand. This will cover everything that is different about this map that I've found so far. And listening to JMGaming's comment on my channel, I think that is it. There is no problem with the map other than there were a few nasty bumps on this particular field that 5 minutes of me fixing it in this very video is all you'll need to do to touch that up. So I'm going to rest my mouth now and let you watch the rest of the video. Please enjoy. Hello and welcome back. Right, we're leaving this alone. I was going to do just a bit of a scat around for JMGaming himself, just to be a bit useful, and this I have got to sort out. This is ridiculous, yes. But I thought, you know, there's a few comments he made on the map. Do you know what? I know what I need to do. We need to reset that. We do. I don't like using it. There's no way I can ever grab that, so let's grab the schnuffle stuck. Now, why is that switched off equipment? I switched that on. Right, let's reset that. I don't like using it, but hey ho, it's going to stop that. Yeah, JMGaming made mention of the grass is not normal grass. He said that he is aware of issues with the grass. So I thought, no, as a content creator, I'm fully aware that on day one, when I come on a map, that I don't expect everything to be spot on. In fact, I expect it not to be spot on. So you expect there to be problems. However, not everybody is that. So I'm coming on sort of literally to relay what JMGaming is saying. Now this is, you can see this is the Erlingratt type grass. I'm just literally having a taz around. We're going to just check for levels. Just a little bit of a, just to be useful and helpful, and also visually, so that this can help JMGaming as well. This field seems to be absolutely spot on with levels. Yeah, so this is not real grass, which explains why it's not mowing properly. It's sort of worthless. It's just a cover, just deco foliage, I think is the word that JMGaming used. So yeah, basically, now this field looks perfectly spot on. Yeah, it does. I can't see any horrible levels on this one like we can see on the field that we've been working on so far. So this one looks absolutely spot on. Let's be thorough though. Let's have a bit of a skitter over all of them. So this one, as in Erlingratt, although obviously this is different. I mean, I've mowed the grass on Erlingratt, and I've mowed a lot of grass that is just grass, even on Alien Gym's the Western Wilds. Yeah, and you can still mow the grass. Now obviously the forage wagon can actually mow the grass, but it seems that it's supposed to be only sort of decorative. In other words, you've got to rip your fields up and replant, which, yeah, that is, I hope that I'm interpreting what JMGaming has basically said. So this field, as we know, has got some issues with levelling, which we've seen, so I'm not going to bother going on there. That's a waste of time. I'm going to try to keep this short as well, because it's basically going to be useful, hopefully, to JMGaming to just sort of point some issues. Now there aren't that many. I mean, there is definitely something wrong. The precision farming level is a little bit strange. Now we've got this big field. Now where do we get in? Ah, that's right, I did see this when we were going through the little back entrance to this. I didn't realise there was a proper entrance lower down. That's the trouble when you come on a map. I was thinking this was a bit narrow, and it is, but then again, this is like the back entrance. This is not the main way that you're supposed to go into the field on the left. The one on the right, I would have thought was the same, because there's a sign. Right. Although that is a fairly big entrance, you could get anything through that. So this, let's have one quick taz across this, because this really should not. Let's go out a little bit, because this, of course, with this kind of field, now this I would expect to, obviously, us to be planting, and obviously it would aid JMGaming in seeing what the field, yeah. Now this, to me, looks perfectly, it's got beautiful, now what's the word Mr. CDP uses? Undulations. It has glorious, it is up and down like a proper field would be. It's not all one level, or it is beautiful, it really is, and it has layers. Now the big field, should I say the prairie? Because this is not a field, this is a monster. Let's look at this one. This one, when I came across earlier, I didn't notice anything, but I didn't really cover the entire field. So there wasn't much more than I was going on earlier. I'd actually put the Hessian over this side. Now this looks again very good. I think I found that top field seems to be the only one with any kind of issues, which is typical of me. I'm working on the one field that has issues. Well, I suppose it's useful feedback for JMGaming. All these others look absolutely spot on, but yes, this is deco foliage, using the term that JMGaming said. So yeah, there seem to be no umps and bumps on this one. So I will revise what I said earlier. Don't wait for the updates. Yeah, by all means, come on the map now, enjoy yourself, and just rip the fields up. Yeah, literally reap. he says that like it's a little snippet. This is Little House on the Prairie field. This is a monster. Yes, or what I suggest is, yeah, if you've got Courseplay, if you haven't got Courseplay, learn Courseplay and do a field edge, and literally one night set your worker to rip this field up with your... In fact, what I would do is I'd go for those 26-metre ploughs. Yeah, have a bit of fun with it like I did. Add some money to your thing, which you can do on all things. Lease a massive tractor and set it going with a 26-metre plough. It'll probably get it done in a couple of hours, and then replant. Because, yeah, JMGaming, this is spot on. I have found the only dodgy field, which is typical of me. But I suppose it is useful for yourself. So, yes, I shall be uploading this later on. But apart from that, the value of this, I did say to JMGaming in my response to what he said, just let's try and go back out. Look at the fields that you possess. Once I get these replanted, I am going to be one of the richest farmers in history. Because again, the other thing is, I probably won't. If I'm going to rip the fields up, I would imagine, to be honest, Little House on the Prairie, where I am right now, is going to be enough grass to sink a battleship. What I probably would do is probably keep field 35 as my grass field, because that is still monstrous, and I reckon I will literally make that, and even that an arable, because there is enough grass on 35 for me to feed the animals and even do forage ourselves. Although I often prefer to buy it in, if I'm honest. I'm not a Mr. CDP. It's a big thing for him always to basically create his own, and it doesn't do for us all to be the same. I'm a big one on literally buying it in, because it's cheap as chips, and I would sooner put my efforts into other things. Yeah, I really would. But yes, it seems to me, let's have another scan on that top field, because it looks to me like I found the only field that there is any problems on. So ignore my advice in the last video, because I truly think that of all of the fields, this seems to be the only one with problems. Yes, that other one is like meadowy type grass, obviously forage harvest. Well, it is. We know there's difficulties with mowing, and there will be, because it's not real grass. Now, yeah, you've got to give the map maker their penchant for artistic license, which they are obviously, yeah. And I've got to be honest, this is one thing that I did notice when I looked at Rizu Forest. I saw an originality and uniqueness in JMGaming's vision. It was absolutely phenomenal, and I recognise the fact that come time, and he did mention in his comment to myself that he was making another map, and I've been literally keeping my eyes peeled. Yeah, there's a few little schisms there. See, it's real bad ones. Again, nothing. Now I know it's only this field. I will look at my money, and I'll come on this, and I will literally just use the smoothing tool, and we'll just smooth. It doesn't even damage the thing. So really, half an hour, probably 10 minutes of using the smoothing tool, and this field will be spot on. In fact, yeah, let's put our money where our mouth is. Let's actually just go big and do that. So we are on 359,752, and I think I made a mistake last time when I said there were millions of tons. What I meant was 1,000,000 tons, not millions. Yeah, I literally meant that I thought I would top 1,000,000 tons of grass off this field. Yeah, and I'm not sure if that was right, but I didn't mean millions. Definitely didn't. Right, okay, let's get this monster done and let's go big. Right, so we'll give ourselves the money back for this, because this is, obviously, this is just... Also, it will help JMGaming to see... Let's go as big as we can go with this. Yeah, this will literally... Can we see? Yeah, because if the money goes down, you can obviously tell that there is things for it to do. And the more money goes down, the more problems there are with the schisms. It is definitely down this end that is worse than anything else. Yeah, a bit there. Yeah, definitely. Now that I'll not be able to work near any of the vehicles, which is a shame, because that they're actually where some of these schisms are. Yeah, there's some nasty patches there, definitely, because the money's literally going down quite well. So it seems to be this, yeah, and there. Ah, definitely there. Mega amounts there. Yeah. Just keeping my eye on the money. I'm just literally... Yeah, that's got quite a few areas. I'll have a proper bird's eye view after this, just to see if we fix things. But yeah, it looks to me like this is the only field with any sort of issues, and most of this looks fine from the above. The trouble is, yeah, bird's eye view is not the best for looking at field level, as we've seen, because what we saw early was real bad schisms. Yeah, some patches there. Yeah, not too much there, to be honest. Oh yeah, we've got a bad patch there. There's some there. Yeah, very little there. And there. Yeah, some there, but not a lot. Yeah, I didn't notice much down this end, if I'm honest. Not at all, ever. And it was only down the very far end of the top of the field where things were... Yeah, this, I've gone over that a few times, literally. Let's just cover this middle of the field, and I think we'll have a bird's eye view. We'll wander around the field again, just see if we can see anything that's left. I think we covered this already. Right, okay, smashing. Right, let's have another, in fact, let's run. Let's just put speed up. I don't normally do this when people are watching, but it is... Yeah, it's better than any vehicle, really, because your eyes are literally right on the field. It's good that we've cut some of the grass as well. It does give you a better view. That's the only trouble with the grass, it obscures things very badly. So this was one that had... Yeah, and I can't do anything about that because the the forage harvest is in the way. So let's shift this out. We'll give this a bit of a once over, because all of this rest now is looking... Ooh, okay, let's fold you. You might not be helping. In fact, we might be better to reverse, because this is a bit bumpy. Right, okay, yeah, we can see that one, definitely. Right, so, again, so it's there. It's landscape, smooth, soften. Let's go big, and we know it's roughly in that area. Yeah, see the money fly down, so you know you're hitting the bad patches when the money goes bad. So, I would say that's probably it. It only needs a bit of feathering. It's going slow, so I should imagine... Yeah, that's not going to affect any tools now at all. So, it's a little bit there still. Again, that's the only trouble with having grass. It really is. Nah, I'm going to be in the way there. Not there. Am I in the right one? That seems to have gone... Ah, a little bit there. No, this seems to be good now in almost all areas. Right, let's wander field's eye view then. You can see quite well when there are schisms. Yeah, that's all good now. That's... is that bad? I think I've softened it enough for that not to be bad, but we shall give it another bit of a once over. Oh, might be too close. No. Yeah, there was definitely a little bit there. Okay, let's have a look. Yeah, that's much better. That lump's gone. That's acceptable. I say Erlingrad. I've seen this on Erlingrad. Not quite the schisms. That's obviously some of the levelling on the Erlingrad. My favourite field was it 125. That wasn't really a field that you'd got to literally rip up, which is what JMGaming's doing the same on this. Yeah. It's just with it being deco foliage. That's the thing that threw me, which may also throw quite a few other people, because they're probably not aware of that type of thing, map makers and experts on that type of thing. Yeah, I think that's it. So JMGaming, it really is just the back end of this field, and 10 minutes of, in fact that's hardly spent any money. What did I say? 359,752, so 400 odd, I've got it on dollars, 400 euros of it's not that one, it's that one. 400 euros is all it's cost me to fix that issue on this field. So yeah, again, I do apologise even to JMGaming, because it is funny. Obviously with the scope of these ruts, I thought it was much worse than it is, and obviously I also thought there was problems with the ground level. I really did, whereas it really isn't a proper field, is the bottom line, which obviously, yes, I've seen that on Lone Oak. Bullet Bill did some little tiny strips of free land that you could have, which as a start from scratcher I used to the full, and the very first time it threw me a wobbler, because like this looks like real grass. Bullet Bill did where some of the patches were actually ploughed, but it was just decoration, it wasn't real. Yeah, but of course, you as a farming simulator farmer, you look at that texture and you think, that's ploughed. It wasn't. It literally took me half an episode to think, well, let's just grab a plough and let's just have a go. And the second I did it, I felt such a wally. But it is, we are looking, the eyes can deceive you, even though people say that they can't. They can, and they do. So yes, this is not real grass. Bottom line is, rip it all up, replant it, and you'll have no problems. It probably is exactly that with the precision farming thing. Now, of course, I can continue on this now in the next session and literally just crack on with the grass, because I'm not going to waste it. I've for a forage harvester, this is real grass. I mean, we have an awful lot in storage. I've not even looked at this, but yeah, that's true. We've only got the one, haven't we, that's actually got... Oh no, we haven't. We've got a few actually. Yeah, nothing in that one. Of course, some of these are on the other. Yeah, oh my life, 248 tons in that one. That'll be the main one and the main yard. Of course, same with this. This is the only bad thing. We might be able to relabel these. I might be able to label these properly so I know what they are. I've never tried to do that, but I'm sure you can do that. I might actually try off camera, because I don't know if everybody knows you can do that. I'm sure there's a way. Yeah, right. Anyway, yes, I'm going to keep this brief because I'm literally going to post this later on, and I want it to be quick, a very short one. So it's not a proper episode, it's just advice, literally to undo what I said about waiting for a major update, because I misunderstood the deco foliage, which I've only ever really seen on the Bullet Bill on Lone Oak, where that was not real, where your eyes are deceiving you, and this is not real grass, even though the forage harvesters are capable of, for once, lifting this as if it is real grass, whereas a mower is treating this as JMGaming wished it to be, which is, it's not really there, it's just decoration. So that is just do your fields again and there is no problems. In fact, let's just do let's go to the farmyard and just prove this, so it is a proper, not just a test, but yeah, Now there's 610, I can't remember which is the big one. I think the big one I left over there. Yeah, you're a big one. Alright, let's grab the plough. What I'm going to do is I'm going to scan the field once I've ploughed a small area, and for once I'm not going to be realistic. I'm just going to drag this around round in circles, which I know you couldn't do, but this is really for a test. It's not me being my normal. I'm going to be trying my best to be a realistic farmer. This is me going, right, let's just try and see if this is right, just to prove to people this is a beautiful plough. Yeah, just to prove to people that what I'm saying is true, because it is, as the old saying, and what foxed me, seeing is believing, unfortunately, as I myself was totally foxed by what was happening. Now we do need allow, we shouldn't, not if this is not real, we should be able to, if this is a field edge, I shouldn't need to do allow create fields. No, so we keep that with not allow create fields. We should literally be able to plough straight in this. Yeah, now I'm gonna, yeah, there we go, you see, so that shouldn't rip past the edge. I'm just gonna I'm not gonna waste the grass. I am literally gonna do this, carry on, because this will set us up. It will. But there you see. Right, let's do one scan. As I say, I'm not going to worry about realism just for this little few minutes. I'm just literally going to try to do this so you can see. I don't want to wreck the grass, even though it's not real grass. It is to the forage harvesters. So we're just going to do this so we can see the precision farming scan appear properly. In the bit that I ploughed. Yeah, I don't need to worry about the edge because I've not got a allow create fields on, so that is good enough for me. Right, no, I did mean to fold it, not that. Right, so then let's just, no, that's not what I meant to do. Now then, have I got a vehicle close enough? I have. Let's go the little one. Let's let that fold. Grab this as some timers of the effort. So I'm going running so fast. Let me slow that down. I'm going too fast now. Right, so let's grab that and scan. This one area should now appear if what I'm saying is true, which I have no doubt. I have every faith in JMGaming's creative abilities, which is why I went on so much about how unique and the visual beautification on this is absolutely amazing. So you can see the original bit. Now I'm not in the bit that did show up on precision farming, so we should, yeah, if we go back a little, we should get all this area, and we should get this appear now as proper fields, just as in the Alien Gene Western Wilds that I did, which, yeah, there you go, you've got the brown exactly where I've been. Send that sample back and you see, problem sorted. There was no problem there. It was a misunderstanding. The eyes do lie, definitely. But yes, I will not be the only person to have got caught out. Some of the long-term content creators may well have actually figured this out themselves, whereas I've only seen it on the bullet bill map. I really have. Right, let's have a look on precision farming now. Eventually, yeah, there you go. Everything that we just scanned has now got proper colour. It is sandy loam, so there is nothing wrong with precision farming. There is nothing wrong with the fields other than that lumpiness, which €400 can sort out. If you just go large on fixing the thing, this field will be good, and all of the other fields are spot on. So there you go. And hey, that's especially for you, JMGaming. I will post this later, and yeah, for everybody else, enjoy, because it is an absolutely stunning map. It truly is, and there is no problem with it at all. So yeah, I'm going to leave it there. I want this to be short and sweet. So hope you're going to continue with me on this journey. I am trying to cook up a storyline for this one. I do. I think this has got all the markings of a great map. Truly, it's unique, it's different. I love the fact that we have a yard to make our own. Yeah, there's only that one shed that I got rid of, and I've done that, and we've literally made this our own already. We've got space to grow, and that I like, I truly do. So there's enough room for us to stick on this, and there's also bits and bobs where we can put productions. I did see one on the way up here from, yeah, there we go, down there, just down the road a little. It's not that far. Right, and actually there's one further down, just down there, much closer. Oh, is that where the animals are? I think it is. Then there is room down there as well. Right, anyway, I said I'd got to keep this short and sweet, and I am going to. So, I hope you're going to continue with me on this journey, and I'm going to say goodbye for now. Hello and welcome back. Right, I have had a message from JMGaming to say that there is a slightly bigger issue than what I said in my previous video. I'm going to tack this on the end of that. There is an issue which makes perfect sense with any swath on the map, and he is working towards a fix. Obviously there is no timeline yet. It is, after all, the day after it was released. So that explains why I can use a forage wagon that spits grass out of a pipe into something, and why I can't cut grass on a field because it's swath. So yes, JMGaming is aware of this issue and is working towards a fix, and it will be done in the first update. So bottom line is, you can still enjoy this map. You would have to use a forage wagon at present to cut the grass. So I'm unaware of whether I was totally right about this being deco foliage, because to me this looks like real grass. It may well be that, yeah, that next door is, yeah, it's sometimes lost in translation. This is obviously Erlingrat type grass, because it is what it is. And it may well be that the only reason this can't be cut with a mower is down to the fact that it's obviously swath. I'm trying to think if there's any way you could actually cut that grass without it. Yeah, to prove that it's... yeah, that, to be honest, any kind of forage wagon would work. Any kinds, including the ones that you can literally, yeah, cut and it goes straight through. Yeah, the little ones that you can drag on a tractor. So, bottom line is, you can obviously get a way around that at present. Although, it is up to you whether you wait for the first update. Then everything will be fixed. I have got to be honest, I personally would say crack on and enjoy yourself. There are an awful lot of crops that you could put and still enjoy the map, but it is totally up to you. It wouldn't and won't ruin my time on the map. I'm going to still crack on with the forage harvesters, grabbing the grass off this field, especially now I know the issues, and I will not be using mows until it's fixed, like I said in my first video, before JMGaming had actually said anything. The bottom line is, I was on the right track back then when I said it'll be updated and it'll be fixed. It will. There's not a map been released, not even the greats like Oxygen David. Calmsden comes to mind. The BGA wasn't perfect. There's quite a few maps from absolutely black sheep modded. Likewise, the Old Stream Farm, one of my absolute favourite maps in FS22. Calmsden, definitely my absolute favourite map in FS22 to date. And yet, yeah, JMGaming is in good company. There is never a map that's released without any kind of issues. They can be tiny, they can be massive, they can be small. If Swath is the only thing that's affected on the map, I certainly, knowing that fact, wouldn't allow it to stop me having fun on this map, because it is a beautiful map. But again, I do understand, it's my habit, as it is most content creators, to come on a map, whether it's a map review or to show a map off and to show it shine, and it is a beautiful map. It really is. It's totally up to you whether you want to wait for the first update, which is what most people do, but if you want to dive in, trust me, it is a beautiful map. So I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to tack this on. I don't know whether to put this at the beginning of the previous video, because obviously I'm saying everything's okay, and actually JMGaming has just obviously done some further testing and found that there is an issue with swath on the map. So yes, I have updated that slightly, and on that score I am literally going to keep this short and sweet so I can tack it on the end of the last video, I think. So yes, it's all in hand, and I'm going to say again, thank you very much for listening, and goodbye for now.